Today's project, we're installing lights on the underside of the garage door. Keep watching. So here we are in my garage looking at my garage door. And as you can see, I actually have pretty decent light back in here. I actually have quite a few LED, these are all LED bulbs up here. But as soon as I raise that garage door, I essentially have a 7-foot by 16-foot shade that blocks that light, that light, that light, all four of those, that light, that light, that light. So it blocks all these lights. So this becomes kind of a dark hole. And so consequently in the summer and stuff like that, when I could have the garage door open at night, the garage door is closed, so I have better light in here. So the idea is we install lights, you know, preferably down on the very bottom edge. So when the garage door is all the way up, not only does it illuminate this whole area, but it actually goes out, you know, 4 or 5 feet into the driveway. And we do that on both sides. And maybe one up about the middle. I actually have some of my lights positioned. Like this light right here, I have it positioned to be right at the end of the garage door. But you can see the garage door track down here. It actually is higher than the garage door. But it kind of brings light almost like this arc. Yeah, probably like this arc. So kind of illuminates half of this area in here. The bed of the truck and stuff. Kind of. Not really good. So easy enough. Let's just mount some lights down on here. So these are the lights I'm going to be using, and I've used this is a brand new one, but I've been using these lights for about a year in my garage. They put out a ton of light, and they weigh nothing. This entire thing with a cord, I think, weighs about 12 ounces, or 350 grams is what I expected. So they weigh nothing. They don't add any weight to the garage door. So there's a couple different ways you can mount these lights. They give you little, and I use these to mount them on my ceiling. These little snap-in brackets, you screw these little brackets on first, and then it just snaps on and stays put. And so we can put it, ideally I want to put it down as close to the bottom as possible. So I can put those brackets on right there. But if your things didn't line up, and I was originally just gonna push it over here, you could use something like, this is just like the water heater strapping, plumber's tape is what I've always called it. Usually it comes in metal, this is plastic. And you can just wrap it, you're not going to damage anything. You can wrap it right around the bulbs themselves. You know, and I can put a screw in right in the center, and that I would actually mount it really good. Maybe I will do that. Or I can use the little brackets. But, I mean, these things right here, essentially there's just an LED strip across the very back, and the rest of this is just a light diffuser. So, whoops, I probably want to go this way. And these all have, they all come with their own plug. And they all have their own plug in the end. And I think I pay right around like, these are like $8 a piece. They're super cheap. And they put out a ton of light. I don't want it all the way to the end, because the light's going to kind of push. You know, it's going to fan out as it goes down. So if I put it all the way against the end, it's just going to push into the wall nowhere. So this is how I've decided to mount them, is with this tape. Because that gives me more ideal spacing in the room. So we will just, these are sheet metal screws, so they have the little self driller tip on them. One, two, and three, four tucked around in there. With the so the power will come from here and go down around, and same around there. So we got 2 plug-ins right here. So, and you can see that I fastened the cord with that same plastic plumber strap. Just made my own little loops. You can buy specialty loops, but it doesn't really matter. But anyway, right here, how now do we take our cord ends? Because these are going to be moving up and down with the garage door every time the garage door opens. How do we accomplish that? Check this out. So this is what I've come up with to have power move with the garage door. So I always have 120 volt power, whether the garage door is up or down or anywhere in between. And that is a retractable cord reel. So I pumped it onto Amazon and picked up the cheapest, shortest retractable cord reel I could find. This one was, I think, around $29. I'll put a link below. But the problem with the retractable cord reel is it locks. You know, it doesn't, you have to unlock it to get it to move along with the garage door. So we have to pop this open and pull out that little clicker that actually locks the cord in a position, because we want it just to flow in and out unhindered for the rest of its life. So should be as simple as popping it open. There's probably just like a little pawl or something in there. Not a big deal. If there's a screw like this on each side, we'll just do this side. Who knows? And it's just like a big old tape measure. It might go springing out on me with the big old clock spring. So we'll just pry this open. There's one tab here that looks like it should have a screw, but there's no screw in it. So I don't know if that's just glued. So this one might be glued, so we might have to snap that. Nope. Looks like it's all coming off. And that's what we want right there. This is the entire point of this thing. Is these are slip rings. So we got our slip ring contacts here and here. So this, you know, one side will be half your 120 volt, your live and your neutral, and it just rides around on these things. But if I let it go right there, there's no more tension on that clock spring. So I should be able to, let's see if we can pop it out this side. And I got that screw on this side, so let's remove this screw. See if we can see what actually locks it. And there we are. It's just this little pawl right here. Locks onto these little things. Let's take that off. Take a little spring. I'm actually going to put a little extra dielectric grease on there. It's just a silicone based grease. That's all it is. And that'll just keep these contacts from wearing out, because this is going to get a long life of going up and down with the garage door. You know, probably a lot more than it would see just using this in your garage. So now we essentially have a spring-loaded cord with slip rings, so that'll be able to provide power. Got it greased up good, so awesome. So now we just have to mount this contraption. So there's my garage door opener right there. And to power it, we're just going to power it off of one of the light sockets, so it comes on and off when the garage door opens, which is handy. And then we're just going to mount it right up, right above, right next to the garage door opener. So you see my rail that pulls down along here, and then it's just going to come down off of my, I'm pretty sure they call that a J-hook. Come down here, come down, and right about here is where it's going to plug in. I'm going to mount it just with zip ties because I want it to be breakaway just in case. Not the zip ties break, but just in case something gets hung up or caught up, that the zip ties will just snap and everything will just kind of unplug itself, and we're no worse for wear. It's right there, and then we'll just chase it up my J-hook. So I already have a metal bracket hanging from my ceiling. Looks like from an old garage door opener. So we'll just run a zip tie. Probably run 2 zip ties. It's already tensioning itself exactly like it should. We'll run a second zip tie. Take out the light bulb, and then I'll just mount one of these things. It's just what I have sitting around. They have ones that just turn it straight into a plug, and then I have to put in one of these adapters to go from old school 2-pronger to 3-pronger, where this is actually has a ground, but there's actually no ground down to the outlet, which is kind of funny. And I'll tuck this out of the way, but plug it in, and now if I just push the garage light, it should light up the door. Let's see. Hit the garage light button, and boom! Look at that. It does a couple other features I didn't think it would, and one is if you're working under a vehicle in the garage, I have great light under there. But it also does like auto body light, where you have lights down the side of panels and stuff, and you can actually see dents better. But dang, that's some I mean, that's putting out some good light. Fantastic light, even if I'm working under a vehicle or something in the garage. You can see that the cord actually runs almost the same height. I was able to get it attached to the actual carriage, and I just run it all the way down the J-hook and down. But let's open up the garage door. You can see the cord rail just retracting, just like it should. Boom. And everything is illuminated underneath the garage door now. And you can see how far it pushes out into the driveway. It's pitch black out there. Here, I'll shut off the lights so you guys can see. I mean, this is easily pushing light 10, 15 feet out here. So, working on the Volkswagen like you got to, that I could see completely under the hood right now. Everything out here, my entire driveway, halfway through my driveway. I get good light. This is probably about 15 feet from the garage door. That's pretty impressive. And it's just bright in here. I'll turn you guys around. That's just those 4 lights from the garage door. No other garage lights are on. I have a ton more garage lights, but I'll turn those on and off. Show you those. Show you how dark it is without it, you know. Turn on the garage lights, and then turn on those lights. Bright, very bright. She wants the window down, but I think her head would turn into a giant sail with a cone on it. Right? I think it'd snap your neck.